Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're a fan of true crime, unsolved disappearances or strange and weird phenomena, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be notified for new videos on more content like this. Today's case, although a short one, is the tragic tale of David Reimer, a Canadian man who was born male but during a botched circumcision procedure as a baby was forced unknowingly to become someone he wasn't. With that being said, let's get into today's video. Just a quick reminder that today's video may affect some people, so I'll just put a content warning in here. If this video isn't for you and you may find this disturbing or upsetting, please click off now and I'll see you again soon. Thank you. David Reimer, born as Bruce Peter Reimer on the 22nd of August 1965 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, was the son of Janet and Ron Reimer. Bruce was an identical twin, his brother being Brian. Bruce and Brian's parents, Janet and Ron, had married the previous December, and Janet had become pregnant quickly. The couple were overjoyed at having twin boys, but when the twins were 6 months old, the couple noticed both twins seemed to be having trouble urinating. After seeking the doctor's advice, the boys were diagnosed with phimosis. This is a condition that means the foreskin of the penis is too tight, which makes it painful for the person to urinate. The standard procedure to sort this problem out is circumcision. 2 months later, some reports say 1 month later, Janet and Ron took the twins to the doctors for the circumcision to be performed. A general practitioner named Jean-Marie Huot would be performing the surgery. However, the doctor decided to use a new, unconventional way of performing the surgery. She used electrocauterization, which would burn off the foreskin. During this supposedly straightforward procedure, Jean-Marie burnt Bruce's penis, beyond surgical repair. This was only the start of the tragic tale that would become Bruce's life. Luckily for Brian, however, after Bruce's botched circumcision, the doctors didn't end up performing the surgery on him, and Brian's condition cleared up on its own. Nearly 2 years after the procedure, Mr. and Mrs. Reimer took Bruce to Johns Hopkins Hospital located in Baltimore after fearing what life their son would have without regular use of his anatomy. The couple met with psychologist John Money after seeing a commercial featuring him on television. Money was a believer that gender was something that was learnt via upbringing rather than something people are born with. Money saw this as the perfect experiment. Money convinced the Reimers to let Bruce undergo sex reassignment surgery so that Bruce would live as a female. As construction vaginal surgery was more understood than penis constructive surgery at the time, the Reimers were convinced by John Money that Bruce should have a sex reassignment surgery and live his life as a girl. The surgery was performed and Bruce was given a new name, Brenda. Money decided to observe the twins' development until the age of 13, calling it the John/Joan case. Money monitored whether Brenda would inherently accept she was female, as that is what she had been raised as, or if he would be proven wrong and Brenda would feel like she was male. The latter is what happened. Disturbingly, Money would make the twins perform sexual acts upon each other, with Bruce playing the female role and Brian as the male role. Money would become aggressive when the twins would refuse to act these things out. During Bruce's teen years, he was given estrogen to increase breast development. Bruce began to struggle with his identity, feeling like he was indeed male and not female, despite not knowing the gender he was born. School was tough for Bruce, and he eventually quit to become homeschooled. The treatments Bruce and Brian were still undergoing were ongoing, however, and Bruce finally told his parents he would commit suicide if forced to see Money again. Aged 15, Bruce was finally told the truth by his parents, that he had indeed been born male and had had sex reassignment surgery. Bruce decided to assume a male gender identity, having various operations to construct his body back to male. Bruce changed his name from Brenda to a new name, David. In 1990, when David was 25, he met Jane Fontaine. David and Jane married, and although David could now not biologically have children of his own, he and Jane adopted 3 children. Not only had David been affected by the therapy at the hands of Money, Brian was also deeply troubled and later diagnosed with schizophrenia. Tragically, Brian committed suicide in 2002. This put a strain on David's marriage to Jane, and the couple separated. After years of feeling like someone else, enduring abuse at the hands of a psychologist who had himself been one of the main problems situated in David's life, separating with Jane and losing his job, David had had enough. On the morning of May the 4th, 2004, David drove to a grocery store parking lot in Winnipeg, and using a sawn-off shotgun, David committed suicide. He was 38 years old. Tragically, Davy's life was cut short, although it is clear to see how one mistake at the hands of an inexperienced GP was the start of a tragic tale of events that led to David's death. Janet and Ron Reimer said that Money's therapy was the reason their sons had died, with books coming out stating the dark story of Reimer's childhood. Money never publicly commented on the case, although his colleagues stated he was mortified by it all. The tragic tale of David Reimer may be uncommon, but what happened to David and his brother Brian is unforgettable and should be remembered not only to sympathise but to remind professionals that this should never happen again. Before I end today's video, I would be interested in your thoughts on this case. If you've enjoyed today's video, feel free to subscribe, like and comment, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Until next time, goodbye.